So this is just a little bit of a visual on different bases, different number systems. We've now talked about base 20, the Mayan base, and base 60, the Babylonian base, and our base 10. So the images you have here are sometimes used called manipulatives, physical objects that you can set on your desk, you can look at comparing, you can break apart to see. The small units are worth 1. In our base 10, we would comprise a rod of 10 of these units. Basically, you have 10 little squares, and then once you have 10 of them, you can form a rod, which pulls us to the next placeholder, right? 1 all the way up to 9. But once we get to that rod, we have 1 rod and 0 units. You have snap them together and you start counting up again. A flat is 10 rods. So once we have 10 of these, we snap them together and make a flat. And then once you have 10 flats, you might have guessed you have 1 cube, because the placeholder, the place value, moves to a next spot. Right? We're so used to working in base 10. If we're adding 74 plus 22, you might automatically go, oh, that's 96. All right, 74 plus 22 is 96. But what if we used visuals instead? I'm asking you to draw it. I apologize for my art. I'm doing this pretty quickly here, so you're just gonna, it is what it is. Your notes might look prettier than mine. They probably will, honestly. But 74 is 7 rods. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 22 is 2 rods and 2 units. So if I were to draw connecting these, there's going to be 9 rods put together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rods, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there was no grouping needed because in base 10, we didn't make it there. We went up to 9. But if we had had 1 more rod, we would have needed to regroup and add in a different place value. Okay, but that was not needed in this case. We had 9 rods and 6 units. Let's try 54 and 60. We're just going to go ahead and do it in the same video. 54 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rods and 4 units. 60 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rods and no units. Now we'll see if I combine all my rods. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not even allowed to get to 10 in base 10. So this is a problem for us. All right, once we get to 10, we regroup, meaning that, let's say, these 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 rods here, which will turn into 1 flat. There's 1 rod left over. And then there's 4 units. So grouping these together, we needed to regroup. There were too many rods for base 10. So this is 1 flat, 1 rod, and 4 units, or as you may have done, because this is our regular base, numbers that we're pretty used to, maybe with your traditional algorithm, you would write it out like this. 4, oh, there's 11, we carry the 1. All right, but really what you're doing when you carry the 1 is you're regrouping. We're taking that extra 10 rods and we're popping them into the next place value to get 114. Now, this is something that works in other bases too, and the visual might help you see it. But remember, the way our base works is we regroup at 10. But the Mayan base regroups at 20, and the Babylonian base regroups at 60. And what I'm going to show you here in a moment is that there are other notations where we can talk about base 6, base 9, base 18. Whatever kind of base we want to talk about, we can add and subtract in as well.